pretty badass pre-runner right here they're working on.
Wow.
I like the Buggy. Guys, been in both. A 32 Ford, and it is swapped. Hey guys, here we go. We're going to check out the Rugged Radio's new building.
So you guys, this is their new HQ that they just set up. They moved like a mile or so down the road from where they were, just into a bigger, better building, and we're gonna get to check it out. There's the taco shop that is getting set up right now.
Yeah, new.
It's still in the phase of getting built, but eventually there will be awesome tacos. Look at that building, gorgeous.
I like how they made it. The lettering is like a classic theater.
Oh yeah, right? Huh? I like that. One of the first things you notice when you walk into Rugged HQ is the nice, clean, industrial-style layout they have. And all the unique toys they have out on display right there in the storefront. Watch till the end of the video to see a more detailed walk around of this old Ford.
So here we are at Rugged in their custom build shop. This is where they prototype and fit all the radios and equipment to the vehicles, and also work on their own play vehicles. It's pretty badass pre-runner right here they're working on.
So if you guys are on Instagram, you'll have seen that Rugged Radios clip of the drive shaft getting flung out of this thing.
Fit it out pretty good.
I'll insert a clip if I can find it. This thing is pretty badass.
How much travel are you running on this truck?
Strapped in the rear at 30 and 22.
Oh, that's really, really big number.
Wow.
The real truck's not here. Right.
This is a real truck as far as I'm concerned.
Goodness.
My truck's over at RJ Fab in Stereo.
Oh.
It doesn't have the travel of this. Greg's truck's really iconic.
Oh wow.
So Greg's truck was
Nice.
Steve Olligan's
Being set up.
pre-runner when he was with Ford in '92 for the Rough Riders.
Badass.
We don't have a problem. The only problem we have is space.
Right? Oh, look at this thing, you guys. This is badass. Look at that paint. Oh, man. That is nice. The nice logo on the side. Oh, man. Look at that. They got all the toys here.
So Kawasaki's out here, Kawasaki. It
So
looks old, but it's all modern underneath.
Oh, wow.
So it's all IFS front end, power rack and pinion, 4-link rear end with coilover shocks, and so it handles like a sports car. Even we have cutouts on the side, so
I saw those.
we can open up the pipes, or we can run it out the back and have resignators. So
Oh
it's nice
yeah,
and
the
quiet.
electric cutout. So I just wanted to do a little rundown of the little shop they have here. It's pretty badass. They got some. It's all for quick prototyping, so there's nothing like super huge equipment in here, but it is all very functional equipment.
Necessary.
So they've got a couple of different drill presses. This is obviously what they use for the bulk of things, you know, just for basic stuff. And then they have this guy for more precision drilling and probably maybe a little bit of end milling and stuff like that. They've got a little baby lathe here. Oh, it looks like it's a lathe with a drill press on top, like a TP mill kind of deal. It's pretty cool. Little baby lathes are great for making like high offset alignment spacers and other little things like that. Really handy. Little grinders.
What is this?
So that is an Eastwood press brake, and it actually might have a roller on it too. Yeah, it does. It has a sheet metal roller on it too up top.
That's what I was thinking it was.
So these are super handy for all your sheet metal work, for thin gauge stuff. It's probably do up to like 16 gauge or something like that, I would assume. Really, really versatile tool. And even sometimes they sell them with like a bead roller on the end, and that makes it even better. But it's pretty badass. They got a little baby, what's it called, an acro wheel. Nice tube grinder setup over there.
Tube bender.
They've got little, what's it called? Arbor press. There we go. I use one every day.
I'm gonna say I can't help you there.
And then they've got the same radius bender that I have at home. Man, I wish I had one of the money for one of these guys.
Yeah.
Really, really nice.
JMR2.
JMR2.
Yeah, they're right up the street, Paso. Electric
got the-
hydraulic,
You got the good degree wheel on
and it works amazing.
Nice.
And it's fun. Some
It's
of our
nice. It's hydraulic.
Yeah.
Mine's manual, so I gotta do a little pumping. You know.
No, we have to.
well,
Where you filming? We saw this thing at the MP event, and I was really impressed with the cage work on it. The cage work is super sleek. It looks like it's A-pillars.
Yeah, you don't even know that
You don't
there's
even
a
notice
cage
that there's
in
a
there
cage.
until you're like, oh.
Who did
There
you
it
say you had the cage work done on this by? Or was this original cage work and you...
It's been through a couple hands as far as fabrication. Yeah, it was. Yeah, some of it was.
I mean, I didn't actually notice at first,
Yeah.
but when you look at it, that's a long Bronco, yeah.
A lot of work went into making it look stock. Yeah, it wasn't like an off-road vehicle. Right. It was stretched 17 and a half inches.
17 is a lot. And so you've got coilovers, you've got quadruple bypasses in here. Quadruple bypasses with quite a big coilover. What, like a 14 or 16 inch coilover?
14 inch.
14.
Yep. And those are actually air shocks.
Mhm.
So it's an air
Oh, are
shock
they?
coilover, so you can actually adjust for the for the load.
Wow, that's
Because this thing, so when it's
loaded up. Yeah.
when it's loaded for Baja, I mean, including the
Probably
spare,
another
got-
1,000 or 2,000.
It's probably 400 or 500 pounds of gear.
Yeah. That's a lot.
Wow.
It's all aftermarket drivetrain looks like, and
No, it's all factory.
is it
Yeah.
just gusseting and stuff?
Wow.
Oh, the
Pretty badass.
it's just a service truck. Yep. That's
everybody
else's. That's our Baja service truck.
Man, it's cooler than my stuff.
Wow.
I like the bug. So I saw a guy in the warehouse with a shirt with that bug on it.
Oh,
Yeah, we got,
the Razor Baja or whatever.
for sale?
Yeah,
I'll have
those
to
are
look,
badass
'cause
shirts.
I might want one of those.
I was looking
You know,
at that.
we should
Oh, wow.
reprint them. Those are really fun.
So are these,
Look at this. This is
I
badass.
saw one of these on Craigslist. Do you remember I asked you about it?
Yeah,
saw one of these on
maybe.
Craigslist
Did
like
you?
a
So
month or
Greg
so
was buying
ago.
them up for a while.
Were they like a Tri-Zero or something?
This is this is cool.
Gold Sport, Price Sport. That's good.
Ah,
Yeah, I had seen one online.
Dune cycle, there you go.
Doing some-
That's what it
Yeah.
was, Dune Cycle.
that's really
I
cool.
saw one online and I was like, man, that's kind of badass. Like, I don't really like the front end, but it's kind of badass.
You don't like the baby suspension?
Yeah, that kind of scares me. That swinger or that what is it? The Harley style, like
A little springer for
yeah,
Yeah, so these are the original
Awesome.
three-wheelers. These-
yeah.
Yeah.
It's badass though.
Greg was buying them and building them all up and restoring them and putting hot rod motors in them, as he does with everything else. He
That's
can't
the
help
way it should
himself.
be.
But
Make it badass and let somebody else enjoy it and make another one. Why not?
and then these three-wheelers, the actual
The ATCs.
ATCs, those are. We went a little nuts on those for a little
So
while.
Greg with a 140. This one's mine with a 140, and then Steve's your.
It's what is it now? It's a 70-ish. So that one, these are both 4-strokes. That's a 2-stroke.
Oh,
Oh wow,
And,
Man, I'd like
that's
to see
cool.
that.
Yeah, I'd like to ride on that.
those are a blast. So we took these to Oregon a couple years ago and raced them 100 miles,
100 miles.
in Prineville on a track.
Wow.
So yeah, had like dash on it. It's got a temperature sensor, an air fuel ratio sensor, so like you can actually real world data while you're riding.
So this one's actually Yamaha though. It's
Yeah.
actually Yamaha. This was like I had one of the Yamaha big wheel 80cc.
Oh,
so
yeah.
this is like that and a three-wheeler.
I think it's a really similar engine block.
So it's your Polaris. It's 1000 XP, is it?
Yeah.
So they're 1000 XP. They're all-wheel drive chassis. This one didn't have to get lengthened at all, did it?
What's that? No.
The chassis.
This one
So
is
it's stock length chassis, and the bug body just plopped right on there.
And that one's got a Boondocker motor in it.
That's a full
Full race, Carrillo rods, the whole deal.
So it's like it's a
Turn it up on
250
race.
horsepower plus.
Yeah. It's they're stating 300 with it on race.
Okay.
So
And so these arms, these aren't the stock arms. They don't
no,
look
those
like.
are all
So these are
HCR.
all aftermarket. So what does the travel pull on this guy? You know, ish.
I'm gonna guess the rear's probably 19, the front's probably 18,
Something like that with the arms.
And
Yeah. So you got the 32 Ford over there, which is a little bit longer, and then you got this, which is a little bit shorter. This like guys been in both, and what do you guys like better?
As far as
badass.
Okay, I wouldn't know. Before my time.
that's the tier car.
that started life as a RS1.
Wow.
RS1, which would be
A Polaris single seat.
Oh, is that what it is right now?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
cool.
So this is
That's not what it is right
side-by-side
now.
swap too. Oh man, you golf cart swapped it. No, it's cool though. I like it. It's
So the
super
body
retro
panels-
looking.
So we built this car for another Destination Polaris Project X.
okay.
So we styled it up. That's where the Funco's on the front. So the Funco SS1, which was the early 70s Class 1 car, basically.
Okay.
What it was, the early. So those panels were literally popped off of molds that we made off of a SS1.
Wow.
The hood was the same shape. We had to kind of make it a little wider and a little shorter to fit the chassis.
Okay.
And then redid the whole chassis for it.
Wow. You fit on it. And there it lies, huh?
Yep. And then did Lone Star, so that's 6 inches wider.
So Greg built this car as a dedication to his brother that worked at Funco, and he can tell you about
Yeah.
it.
So my brother, well, it's been 9 years now. My brother was a race manager for Funco, and he passed away in our Class 10 single seat race car. And so when we were building this car, when the whole Destination Polaris Project X thing came up, initially we were going to do another over the top like the 32, and then it came down to time crunch. We're like, you know what? We've always wanted to do an RS1, so Greg's like, just go buy an RS1. So I literally went to Paso Robles and bought an RS1 and brought it back. And we wanted to do a single seat, like a SS1 kind of build. And we started in on it, and Greg's like, I don't have time, just order all the stuff, get things going. And I think Steve said a couple of weeks before the show had to start filming, all of a sudden I wasn't allowed down there anymore.
All of a sudden, it's like, Steve, go grab something from the other building.
So what the funny part was is right before that, while we were doing the concept and everything, I asked Greg, just kind of nonchalantly, I said, I would love to put my brother's number on the side of the car. And he's like, yeah, whatever. It just kind of blows me off, sure, kind of thing. And I didn't think anything about it. And then, literally when they did the unveil, he dedicated the whole car to my brother and then gave it to me on the show. So
That's incredible.
that's
That is so
pretty
cool.
fantastic.
Special heartwarming moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cried a lot.
Aw.
I watched the show.
It's
been,
special.
3 years now.
You
since
still
I've been watching
cry.
It was a really
That's a
fun-
good memory. Aw.
It was good.
Well, so like it's got his brother's signature on it, and the
Up there
This
on the
one
hood.
right
yeah,
It's in the seat too, so they embroidered it into the seat.
Oh, wow.
So this is the part that kills me the most. Is this steering wheel? Is
It's
the steering
from-
wheel that was in our Class 10 car when my brother. So this is basically
Oh,
the last thing
wow.
my brother was holding on to when he passed away. So,
Super sentimental.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
every time I get in the car, and then Greg
It's all
put this
emotional.
up here too to the finish. So because he never did finish that race. So
Aw.
I told you.
It's okay.
Anyway,
Right in the
the
field.
Really let
steering
it
wheel
out.
does it to me every time.
And from what I hear, his brother was never seen without a Diet Pepsi.
No,
So
the guy drank like a case of Pepsi a day.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It's badass though, man. Yeah.
Now you're in the sidecar bicycle business, huh?
those are a blast. They're like I've taken them out and just go out with the family and just bike on.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Biking trail.
Especially down here is perfect for that.
Well, like take them to lunch here in the village and just they're just a ton of fun.
Can we get a picture on this too?
You guys want to be together? In a little bit?
Really testing you, huh? This requires a lot more skill to ride in than you would think.
Badass.
You found the bell. Woo!
So much good weight.
Coming from who?
All right, let's get a picture in front of the sign.
Feels good to get on a bike, huh? Woo!
There go all the toys.
Yeah, right.
We both over the head deal, so.
Test.
wow.
Test.
Oh, there it is.
Check. Okay, everyone hear me?
Oh yeah.
All right, so this intercom is voice activated. So that means when you're not talking, the microphone and speakers are off for voice. If you're playing music is going to play. So in fact, we'll play just so you guys can get the full effect.
Yeah, I noticed when you're talking, it cuts off right when you finish talking, and I don't
Yep.
hear any static or anything like that.
Exactly. So in that microphone, so see how it wasn't turning on right now?
Yeah.
So that microphone, the difference in its function, here, or even here, is all night and day.
Oh wow.
So that microphone should literally be pressed against your lips. So it's actually, and what that does is it makes the microphone pick up your voice and block out all the background noise. So we use a very special dynamic noise canceling microphone, and it's meant to run right on the lips. See how the volume increases dramatically?
Uh-huh.
Like right now, I'm maybe a quarter inch away from my mouth, and when I put it up close, see how much louder it is? And what that is the noise canceling side, but what it's designed to do is when you're in a loud race car or off-road car, it'll block all that background noise. So it only pick up your voice. So here is your Vox adjustment, and that's a sensitivity of the microphone. So you can see as I sweep it counterclockwise, my voice goes away. So okay, check, test. So, and the reason it's adjustable is depending on your background noise. Right now we have very little background noise, so we can run the sensitivity really high. If we've got a lot of background noise, then your background noise can set it off. So you want to turn that sensitivity down.
Gotcha.
And then you've got, this is your voice volume here. Check. On a headset system like this, what's nice is you can run the intercom volume up pretty high and then adjust the volume on each individual headset. Test.
Oh, wow.
Test. So, yeah.
So it's the knob right here. You just turn it up and down. Right there.
Oh, there it is. Can you tell I've never used one of these?
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's all good.
Once you start using it, you'll get used to it very quickly. So it seems complex, but it's really straightforward and just kind of common sense stuff. So right now I'm playing music. Music you control independently on your phone or whatever's paired up to it. So you can set your music volume when you're not talking and the Vox, the voice activation, is off, the music volume comes up.
Oh, wow.
And then as soon as you start talking,
It
music
brings
level
it down.
comes down so you can hear whoever's talking to you and comes back up when you're finished.
Wow.
Badass.
So, and then if you've got a radio connected to it,
What channel are you on?
so same thing on the radio. So radio, you set your radio incoming volume on the radio itself. So intercom volume just controls us talking to each other, just voice.
Gotcha. And then the actual radio controls.
Yeah, controls your incoming call.
Gotcha.
So again, with the music, same thing. If you're playing music and you receive a radio call, your music volume will come down so you can hear the radio call. And once the radio transmission is done, your music comes back up.
Wow. That's cool.
I think Steve's going to call us on the radio.
Do you copy? 1, 2.
Oh, we copy.
So radio transmissions are controlled by a push-to-talk button. So,
I wasn't in on that.
A lot of giggling going on over there.
right. We're making fun of you. This is the dork outside of the car.
Me.
So everything inside the car is just automatic. You just talk. If you want to transmit outside of the car to a walkie-talkie, to another vehicle, to a motorcycle, whoever's listening, then you use the push-to-talk button. Driver and co-driver each have their own push-to-talk button. Co-driver to co-driver.
Gotcha.
Because when you push your button, it only turns on your microphone.
Gotcha.
So when I press my button on this side, it only turns on my microphone.
Gotcha.
Backseat, which you're connected to, sorry, you don't talk on the radio.
Quiet you.
So anyway, there's a quick rundown.
Yeah, thank you. That's awesome. Cool. That gives us a better understanding.
Yeah.
All right. Here's their show buggy. So it's not technically a legal class 11, but it's pretty close.
So this guy has done a few races.
The Noir, right?
Races.
Noir.
I don't believe it's been to Baja. Yeah, well, I don't know.
They said it wasn't a
It's
legal
been
class
Noir.
11, but it's done a lot of races.
Noir races, and it's very nicely put together. The paint's super slick on it.
This is
It's
a nice
basically a
show
show
buggy.
quality class 11.
Ooh, dang, look at that. Look at the welding on that beam.
Wow.
That is nice.
Well, so what it is that's an aftermarket beam, and it's got weld-on towers. You know, so everything's custom. It's got custom stops on the trailing arms. The trailing arms, I think they're I don't know if they're aftermarket or not. They could be stock. I don't know.
Those look pretty
it looks
dope.
like it's got a custom skid pan under the frame head.
I love the paint scheme on this thing. Can you take a picture of me in front?
So here we have a 32 Ford, and it is swapped onto a side-by-side chassis. It's 1000 XP, and the chassis has been extended to fit the Ford body. It looks like it has a V8 up front. It's actually just a fake. It's the whole V8 is actually a gas tank, and it's powered by actually a side-by-side. So if you come on over here. So it's got aftermarket control arms. You can see the drive shaft right here. So it's got your side-by-side front diff, and steering rack and all the other components. And then, like I said, the frame is extended, aftermarket control arms, the whole bit. Let's keep moving.
What? You didn't mention the coolest part about it.
Okay, so since the engine is the fuel tank, you have to fill it. So this is your filler.
So
that's pretty badass.
So this whole thing is a gas tank. It's not even a motor. It's purely there.
Just for show.
Show.
So
And
you have
then-
the inside. The inside's pretty badass.
Oh wow, look at the bench.
Full custom dash, full custom bucket. It's like a
Is that what
bench
they were
bucket.
talking about?
Yeah. So they were saying they did a photo shoot in this, and they were railing the dunes, getting it sideways, and every time they'd come around a corner sideways, they'd slide into each other, back and forth, back and forth.
Like one of those scrambler rides
Yeah.
at a theme park.
Yeah. But real badass little car here. And then come to the back. Then if you come to the back, so here's the aftermarket trailing arms and the 1000 XP engine.
Wow.
Now this is
Look
a
at that.
turbocharged engine. They've had work done to it. They're claiming it's
You can see
about
straight through.
250, 280 horsepower. So this thing does move.
Wow, Jesus.
The whole car probably weighs 1,200 pounds or less.
Here, hold the. You know, it's a badass car when you can do this. You know you've
or
got
rusted
something.
out.
Oh, or rusted out.
Yeah, this looks cool though.
Yeah. This thing's badass. Tradesmen, you gotta get busy building our stuff. Ooh.
A little bit less aggressive.
Holy shit.
Go, go, go.
I'm scared of it.
Let me try it.
He ate the whole thing in like 4 bites.
There's only a little bit left, guys.
Not even worth it. Alright, just pour the rest on the, if there's, yeah.